Good morning and welcome to another episode of Faith Building Fridays. Today I'm going to tell you about kind of how my week was going and how I was struggling to kind of hang on to trusting in God. So, as you may know, we've got goats and I breed them and we sell the babies, and ideally, the babies sell really quickly and then they go to their new homes after about 8 to 10 weeks. So we had 8 kids this year and we sold all of them, praise the Lord. And they sold very quickly. So I had one mama, she gave me 3 babies, and one day one of those babies was just acting kind of funny. It was limping. And so I was going out there to check on him. I thought he just maybe, hurt himself jumping around. Then the next day he was just couldn't really walk, and he was, so I called the vet because I have had baby goats die, and it's just terrible. And so we called the vet, we went and saw her. She wasn't really sure what was going on, but she was prognosing certain things. So here I am now giving this baby goat 3 shots a day, then 5 shots a day, bottle feeding it. And all of a sudden his brother starts to not do well. And these baby goats are just going downhill. And of course, this whole time I'm just praying and praying. Can you please settle down? So this whole time I'm just praying and praying for these baby goats. Now remember, I told you that my mom passed away in 2020. Well, her birthday is May 27. So I can't help but think about death and the loss I've already experienced. And also my grandfather passed away a year ago on May 25th. And that's also the same date I lost my other baby goat. So there's just all this kind of going on in my head. And you can't help but get sad about it. And not to mention, these baby goats are already sold to somebody. So technically they're not mine. So I'm having to call that person and let them know, hey, I just want to let you know your baby goats aren't doing well. I'm doing everything I can. So finally I take them down to UC Davis and try and get them diagnosed. And I just want to do everything I can for these guys because I want to be able to deliver good, healthy baby goats, to their new owners. And not to mention, I really want to know what's going on in my herd and, why this is happening to 2 of them. They both have the same mom. I'm just trying to connect all the dots. And again, I'm praying about everything because there's all these promises in the Bible. How God is going to be with us and he's going to take us through things, but there's also things in the Bible that say, you're going to have many trials, and we all know that God just doesn't heal everybody. He doesn't just say, oh yes, here you go. Your life is going to be perfect. Nothing is going to die. So through all of this, I am just trying to hang on. God, I know you're here. I know you're
Needless to say, the baby goats had to get put down. I did everything I could to try and save them. I wasn't just going to be like, oh, it's fine. I put them, So on the way home from all that, I was just in the car by myself, and it's, when we're in this trial, we kind of want to ask why, and I just think about Peter when he was walking on the water, and he was in this moment, this storm, and he was walking on water. His eyes were on Christ. But once he turned and looked away, he started sinking. So just remembering that, I'm like, God, no, I'm not looking away from you. I'm going to look to you, and I trust you. And I still don't have any answers or anything like that, but I'm just trusting God that he's writing my story, and I know I'm going to face trials, and I'm going to keep going. The crazy thing is that when I got home, I'm taking care of those little kittens. I told you guys about kittens, how my daughter has started a cat rescue, and we're trying to find these kittens home. They're little feral cats, but several of them have no eyes. So I thought I was pushing out all this pus, taking out what I thought were eyeballs. And I mean, I have a blind cat, and I've seen this before, and I'm coming home, and I know these cats don't have eyeballs. And I remember my daughter saying, wouldn't that be crazy if these cats have eyes? And I said, Sophia, don't even go there. They don't have eyes, okay? And so I'm taking care of these kittens, and they have eyes. I can see them clearly. Their eyes are healing. They're getting better. Whatever swelling is going down, we've been getting the medicine, and they have eyes. And I thought to myself, wow, you know nothing. And I was talking to a friend of mine, and she was talking about Dr. Pole, how she watches him. And there was a situation where he was taking care of these kittens and pushing all this pus out. And he's like, no, they don't have eyes. And they did have eyes. And I thought, I know nothing. It just reminded me of Job, how, he was going through these trials, and I know I've said this before, and how God's like, where were you when I formed the earth, and it really just made me settle into that. Like, don't think you know anything. Don't think for a second that you have the answers, and remain in him, trust in him, walk on the water. Don't let your eyes off of him, because when you do, you will sink. Okay? When you're in the middle of that storm, when you're in the middle of a friend suffering, you suffering, whatever it is you're facing, don't ever take your eyes off of Christ, because when you do, you will sink. But if you don't, you will walk on water. I thank you so much for watching. I hope this was encouraging, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Ciao, ciao.